Well, it sure has been some time. It's been, I don't know, what, 2 years, coming up on 2 years, a year and a half now since I had my last video. I don't know, life kind of got in the way. Uh, I hadn't had really any reason to really want to make a video or anything like that until this tank came out, to tell you the truth. Now, before the fucking dislike bomb starts, okay, I got this tank on a Argentina account. Okay, that means I paid a fraction, a very, very, very small percentage fraction to get this tank. So I spent the minimum I could in order to get this tank on my account. I want to say around about $32. Okay, granted, I did get lucky. I got the tank, and I'm very glad to have had this tank. From the second I saw this tank in the screenshots on the website, I knew it's EBR 75 all over again, right? But it's really not. Um, I've wanted this tank for a while. I knew about it in the super test quite a while ago, and I saw it's huge. But the first thing anyone sees and anyone cares about is this right here, is this gun. Wow, look at this. Two-shot auto reloader. Excuse me, my bad. Two-shot auto loader. 1.5 interclip. Man, it's just like the EBR 75. For those who don't have the EBR 75, but it's just not. Um, I think the tank's really fun. However, I will say at the same time, you need to be very good to play this tank well. And I don't mean like you have to be really sweaty or anything like that. I mean you have to make very good decisions, very close. It's not forgiving like an EBR 75 or an EBR 90 or any other really wheeled French tank. Those tanks are very forgiving in the fact that shitters might miss you or you're small, you can have a good gun, anything like that. This tank, not even close. Okay, this gun to start off with, it's pretty good. It's a two-shot autoloader, 1.5 interclip, so you got 14.8 right now. I have got good stats on it here, a good reload, anything like that. But the tank in itself is gigantic. That's the first thing that comes to mind, right? Comes from loot boxes. It's gigantic, and that's pretty much all anybody would see. They'd see wheeled light tank, clown car, yada yada yada. Well, that's really what it is. But at the same time, another reason the tank is so awesome, in a way, it's also their drawback in a way too. So you're going 83, right? You're always in a mobility mode. Like most EBRs, like for example, EBR 90 here, right? I have two different modes. I have a speed mode and a, I don't know, I guess you could say traversal mode or something like that, right? One, you have a lot of turn ability, but you are a lot slower, but you're a lot more maneuverable. Unlike those, this has one mode. You just always go the exact same speed, but you can turn on a dime like the EBR can as soon as you go out of speed mode, which I would actually say makes it better than a EBR 90 or a EBR 75 as far as turning, okay? As far as speed and turning, it is better for that. Now, I will say at the same time, it is a drawback for this tank when you are playing it, because if you are going slow, it means you're going to be turning way slower. When you're going fast and you press your space bar to hit your handbrake, you are slowing the tank down at a rapid pace, allowing it to turn very quickly. Now, unlike the rest of those tanks where you can just swap modes, you can swap in and out fast, which helps you outmaneuver somebody or YOLOing or something like that. It it does okay in this tank, not exactly, but I'll get to show you more of that in these replays. I got three that we're gonna watch here to show them. But anyway, before those come along, obviously to start off with here, very bad camo, very bad camo. We have very bad camo on this tank. If we look here, I take off all my stuff. I just have a good crew, no stuff on it at all. We have 30% camo. That's really bad when you consider a light tank like the EBR 90 base camo is far better than that, far superior. Look, full camoed out, we're at 45, all I'm moving. While this one, as I put my stuff back on it, I'm only at about 40. It's just really not exactly what you'd want. But then again, it does make sense in a way. It does, right? Because the tank is huge. Look at the EBR 90. This thing is small, close to the ground. It makes sense, right? This tank has way worse camo. Okay, sure. Granted, it's only what, 4%? 4% difference. Still, the problem arises. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot play this tank without low noise in both configurations, preferably bounty low noise, really, in both configurations because of that horrendous camo. Okay, I found out quite early on playing this tank that I only had regular low noise on it. And matter of fact, for my first couple of battles, I didn't have any. you will be getting spotted at 300 plus meters by some idiot in his heavy tank because he has optics. Okay? These days, idiots run like just stupid stuff in their heavy tanks, like really stupid stuff, or medium tank, whatever it might be. Doesn't matter. That's the way it is, and that's the way it's gonna be. But the problem is, since this tank's camo is so bad base, like super bad for its size, you will be getting lit very easily at 300 meters, 350 meters, 370 meters, stuff like that, stuff that you wouldn't think you'd ever be lit. An EBR could run around in the middle of the field. How many times have you seen that? For example, I'll just cut off real quick. An EBR 90, he's in the middle of a field driving in circles, right? Okay, that's fine. He's using his tank the way it's kind of intended in a way. He's quick, he's fast, but you can't see him. This same tank will be nuked. Other than the fact that it has got a good gun, it's really bad as soon as you're lit. As soon as you're lit, it is very bad because of your pure size. Now I'm going to go back here to more of a description on the suspension here as well. We're going to just detail the tank quite well before we go into our replays, where then I can just explain my thought process as I play the battle. So the tank, 2-shot autoloader, it's great. 1.5 interclip, that's fantastic. Your HE pen blows. It really blows. Yeah, it's good. That's 330. That's fine considering it's a 250 alpha. It's fine, I guess. But 45 pen, that sucks. And I judge that by sucking content of this. You're behind a T95, you cannot pen his engine. His flat engine, the backside of the T95, you cannot pen it reliably. Which is just like, wow, that's how you know HE sucks if you can't pen the rear of a T95. Okay, another problem with this tank. So since you're always in speed mode, right? Technically you're always in traverse or whatever it might be. You're very maneuverable and all stuff like that. However, your suspension behaves differently, okay? Let's say I'm in this EBR, right? These wheels act independently of each other. These drive wheels here, they come down when you're in mobility mode versus the other ones act independently. Meaning when you go over rubble piles or something, the suspension will depress a little bit, right? You'll get some shock absorption. You won't bounce very much. Now on a tank like this, where it's rigid, none of these wheels move, you are bouncing all over the fucking place. You are like rubber banding up and down when you go over one small piece of rubble. Another problem that no one seems to think about for some reason is this. You see the front of the hull? How it just completely hangs over the front? Here's EBR90. The hull is back from these tracks, or the wheels, I mean, right? See how the wheels are in front of it? Like, for example, on a Hummer, the wheels are farther forward than the actual hull of the vehicle or the chassis, right? So they absorb the impact first. Check this one out. Look how far back these wheels are compared to the hull. This big flat just plate on the front overhangs so much that most of the time, as soon as you go over something, the first thing it's hitting is actually the bottom side of this vehicle here. I'm going to go in the exterior so I can show you better. Basically, the bottom side here, this is what's hitting most of the rubble the most of the time. You are going along flat ground, let's say. You hit a pile of rubble. It just will launch you into the air, like just a thermonuclear bomb goes off underneath your tank, you'd think. When you really just hit something at like 65, maybe 70, and you just go flying. Like you're not, in the air. I don't mean that. I mean like you're just getting slowed down. You're getting bumped into. It screws you over. Same with this. See these overhangs on the side? Most of the time you're going around a corner, you might clip this on some rubble or something because it's modeled incorrectly as well. These lights, that's actually part of the hull as well. So you will hit this, it will send you bounce or spin out, whatever it might be, and then guess what? You're stuck in the open and you might die because of that. The suspension being so rigid is a factor for a lot of the time you're fucking dying, to tell you the truth, or you're getting out positioned in a wheeled light. Because the suspension has not one mode, it's just the singular, you are rigid. So every time you go over anything, you are just bouncing. And it just really, it just doesn't work that well. You got to pay a lot more attention than you do in the EBR 90. The TLDR of the tank really is you have to be good to play this, okay? You have to be very attentive to what you are doing. Now this as far as the survivability, whatever, HP, it's a couple more hundred than that. Who cares really? Um, the spotting is good. The spotting is good. The base view range is quite well actually. So that's why you are able to spot more commonly, which is nice. It's nice for a wheeled tank. I mean, it's kind of unexpected. But this, if you had to really say this is a wheeled tank, it's not. Other than the fact that it has wheels and it turns really fast, it's not really a wheeled vehicle. They could have put this on tracks, and I probably wouldn't have noticed much difference if it was the same speed. But Overall, I think the tank is pretty darn good. For me, anyway. I like it. Remember, what works for me might not work for you. And now we're going to take a look at a few of the replays that I recorded. I have 3 of them. One of them is my 3-mark game in this, by the way. It took me 112 games of playing this. I know. Played it way too much. But listen, man, okay, the tanks came out on last Friday. On what day would that have been? That would have been the 16th, I believe, right? Uh, the tanks were really fun. Not really. Not really. None of them are fun. But I saw this tank and I had to play it. Okay. So now we'll just get right into our replays, and I'm butchering this review anyway, but I don't really care. So we're just going to show these replays, and I'll talk over them as well and give you the thought process on how this tank really plays, as opposed to somebody who's only played like maybe 10 games in it, and they want to give your opinion on the tank. Trying to play it off to you as compared to me. I 3-marked the tank, first person on North America to do it. Not that really, who gives a shit about that. I've played over 100 battles in the tank. I know every in and out of this tank. And we're going to show you that here in these replays. Okay, we have our first replay. I am on a Redshire. As you can see here is when I had 2 marks. I don't know my exact percentage because the mod's not working, but to start it off here, we're going to make this minimap nice and big so we can see. Make sure I can see the arrow. Yes, there it is. All right. So we're going to start off to our battle. We're on Redshire Attack and Defense. Most people don't have the game mode turned on. Whatever. I prefer the game mode. First thing I'm going to think of is I got to YOLO to this front bush here to get some nice cross early shots on these heavies that will be YOLOing in the open. Next, I see free 2-shot right here. Boom. Just like that. Ooh, and a little tick of a fire. Okay? I recommend that bush heavily. Very heavily. It's very good for the crossfire in the beginning. Then again, like you saw there, you got to get out quick because there will be plenty of shitters camping back here and back here every single time. All right, I'm thinking, do I want to try to YOLO peek for them again? No, not really. The odds of me being shot in the back for a peek where I'm not even gonna get a shot's pretty bad. All right, let's move around here. Let's get to another good bush where we can possibly get side shots. Now, as you can see, I'm very weary here. I'm poking my hull just enough. As you can see here, I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm poking my hull just enough to show you this, right? Okay, most of the time there are light tanks here, correct? They like sitting in these top little bushes here, so I'm peeking just enough of my hull through this gap to see if I actually get lit by it or not before I go in. See, I'm testing. And, okay, no ELC. I'm okay to play here. Now we're trying to see. Maybe I can get a shot on one of these heavies. That'd be pretty good because it is kind of early in the game. Oh, wow, look. Random guy YOLOing in. Not bad. Do I really want to go for this shot? I think I'll maybe wait for him to turn sideways. Screw it. We're just going to shoot because we know he's not going to fully turn. Alright, so unfortunately one bounce. Thank gosh he missed. Okay. We're unlit. Let's wait a second here. Mess around a little bit. Continue to play the tank. But yeah, as I was saying, this tank is a lot of fun with the speed and the way you can 2-shot like this. Alright, we're going back up. Let's see. Who can we shoot here? Who's easy? I want to go for that kill. No, he's done. This whole time I'm also thinking about where I'm looking at right over here. I'll pause for a second. Over here. Lots of people sit in these bushes. Then again, I see there's only 2 guys unlit left, unless you count the ELC as well. Okay, surprisingly, see how I'm automatically backing up there too? I'm thinking, wow, this VK might spot me because this tank's camo is so bad. We're just going to go in, YOLO peek for it. I think I'm okay. I did not reverse because it would have been uphill and this tank goes very slow backwards. Luckily, we got another 2 free shots in. Luckily. And I cannot stress that. Luckily, I got 2 free shots in there. Could have been a lot worse. Okay. Let's run around a little bit. Tell this bad chat real quick that we're going to help him. And then I usually take it off because sometimes he'll ping it back. It'll flash your screen, whatever. Okay. It's 4-2. Should be free to drive around. Yep, there's the Grom. He shouldn't see me. Keep redlining it though. See, I'm staying close to the red line because I don't want to take any risks with this thing's bad camo. Alright, we'll keep moving up here. T-34 should be dead. Maybe do I want to kill him? I'm not sure. Maybe this guy will kill him. There we go. Good. He got set on fire twice. That sucks for you. Alright, Grom is sitting there. Alright, how do I want to do this? Do I want to just peek maybe and tap him? Yeah, might as well. He's oblivious. See? Like that. Boom. Another 500 gone. And it makes the tank really fun when you can do stuff like that too, I might add. It makes it very, very fun. Can't state that enough. The two-shot auto-loader where you have these two shots like that is great. Okay. Nurgle. Just sitting in the open. And now you can kind of see the accuracy of the gun kind of come into play there, right? He is sitting sideways. My first shot, dead center. Second one, not so much. Okay, now I am lit here, by the way, because a bad camo. If I was an EBR-90, I would not be lit here. Okay, might as well get 2 free shots, and no one should be able to shoot me right now. I'm reversing up, unfortunately. I kind of stop. I have to turn. It's not great, but we're still okay. We still haven't been shot. And I'm wondering, when are these guys going to kill this M4? Because he is the one, yep, continuing to light me. Hopefully I hit both. Nope, I don't. Yeah, the accuracy does come into play. That was a lower plated distance, but it did just kind of sucks a little bit. That's why I definitely recommend, if it's a smaller map, you do need V-stabs. Also, I'm not trying to talk too much. I'm just explaining correctly, so don't complain about that.
Moving to support your position.
If you're on a smaller map, I would most definitely recommend bounty low noise on every single setup, no matter what, because you need that camo. And I would say vents and a vert stab. Vents, because it kind of boosts everything. The vert stab will help out, most definitely, to cancel out some of those misses. They're still going to happen, but they'll happen a lot less because your circle will be a lot smaller. Alright, so we're running around here, just the oldest T-44. The battle's pretty much over at this point, but I'm just trying to get a little bit extra here. Got a YOLO across the open. Okay. Where is this even 90? He just hit the back chat. I just heard it, so the even 90 must be decently close. Let's see here. And if you didn't hear it, the walls just broke. There's even 90. Boom. So now we got HE. He rammed him. I H him again, and non-pen, but I still ram him. That's why you also have to have your effects turned very high up, because if you had heard it there, well, they're not very high up for me, but that's good enough. You need to have them very high so you can hear a wall break like that. We can go back later on if I need to, but you can hear some wall breaks, and I destroy the even 90. Okay, so the heavy's dead. Decent game. Decent game. 4,200. I consider that decent in this tank when you're trying to mark. You always want to go for above and beyond, of course, what it requires. At the time, I believe it was 35, 36, 30, 3,500, 36 alpha, or, combined damage to get this mark. This game, look at that. A nice, easy 6K. Nice and easy. All right. I'd consider this my average, decent, good game. So now we'll move on to a above average game. Actually, I'll save that one for last because it's pretty darn good. Next, we'll go to a replay after I've 3-marked a tank that shows you the abilities of someone in a light tank, as crucial as this, in a battle. Okay, we are now on Erlenberg. Yeah, I love this map so much. Honestly, does anybody like new Erlenberg compared to pre-1.0 Erlenberg when you could go play the castle and all that? Well, anyway. So we're in this battle. I see off the rip immediately. Okay, EBR-90, he can just fuck me over totally because of his easy to play little tank and that squall. Okay, so we're going to go for my classic, which is run this ridge, try to catch one of the light tanks coming in so I at least have the knowledge of who's coming in. Okay, there he is, squall. I know I'm lit because this tank's camo is poop, so I'm going to immediately get the fuck out of there and back way off because I don't need to take no chances. And also, if you didn't notice, by the way, I did in this battle. You see all the way back there at their base? Like, I'll point right at it. You see that right there? See that? That's a broken wall. This guy someone is already sitting here, sitting that there, whatever, and has broken that wall because the wall extends all the way to the building, and they've added those bushes there for, snipers. So it's exactly why I saw that when I was right here. I didn't look at it, but I saw it, and I'm tucking away immediately to not get shot. Plus, everybody else, oh, look, there we have it. Somebody camping on top for no reason in their heavy tank. That's fine, because I immediately backed off. Holy shit, look at this. Intuition immediately, and here's where the HE comes into play. It's just so well for this little 2-tapper. And, ooh, 661. Fantastic. Fantastic. Also, I lucked out there in a way that he had a bad crew, because that first shot did not get me lit, if you noticed. It was the second shot that got me lit. So he was just far enough away that his poopy crew was not, in fact, able to see me. Okay. I've noticed here, the lights are gone. We've already fucking won the flank, really, because there is no one camping up here. Now, granted, sometimes there are people camping against the red line on this hill. I know immediately, wow, Considering both those lights are running that far away, they're probably not there. Now, as you can see, I'm blind firing that bush. I'm hoping maybe I'm hitting an MKPZ, Conway, whoever it might be, just, sitting there the whole match, because that's how people on the NA server work. They just sit somewhere all game. Now I'm teeing this person so he knows that I'm going in because I'm chat banned, so I can't tell him. I'm teeing him to let him know, okay, please cover me. I'm YOLOing in. All right, here we go. And as I'm driving in a straight line here, I'm trying to commend him back because the commend system is kind of broken in a way. But I'm pretty sure I do end up commending him back here shortly. Yep, there it is. Okay, we've gotten to the corner. Not really seeing anything. Maybe he's in that little island there, maybe something like that. Oh, Artie. So you can see that tracer was quite close, so let's go for blind fire, maybe. And I actually fucking kill this guy. And as you can see, I'm just sitting there just thinking, holy shit, actually eat a dick, dude. Like, that was probably all my RNG used up for the month. But fucking hell yeah, man, I killed the Artie. So that was great. Okay. So now we're going back towards the city. I'm thinking, okay. Oh, wow. Just got okay, there he is. Okay, he is just sitting at the back. All right. Hmm. I'm also wondering where this squall might be. It's hard to say. Like, I'll show you a few examples. I go up in here. Many common spots for light tanks to sit at this late in game would be the island. Not really an island, but the little mound. These bushes along here or along this wall. I'm wondering, okay, maybe the squall is here as well. If I YOLO in, I am done. Oh, hold up. Wow, look at that. An angle on a big fat shitty heavy playing the city. As you can see, I do wait a little bit extra because I am quite at a distance here to get that extra shot into him. And he's looking over here. I move a little bit, maybe hopefully cancel out the shitter blind fire. And I'm thinking, well, he's just sitting there. Might as well shoot again. And I must have bounced the first shot because we do pick him up. So that's 2 blind kills in the same game. Trust me, I'm not an actual vet. That's just the badge. So that worked out pretty well, actually. I'm quite surprised with that one. Thinking, okay, maybe the conceiver will keep YOLOing since I know there's that gap there now. Maybe not. All right, so now we can see, if you look on the minimap here, we'll make it extra big. 430 was last spotted at this house, right? He was last spotted here. The walls are not broken, but this side they are. So he could be peeking there. But I want to destroy this wall here. So that way, when I leave later, this way, I can catch maybe a glimpse of his front of his hull, his turret, whatever it might be, one of those spotting points. So hopefully then I could get close to city, do some damage, finish the game off. That's what I'm doing here. I'm blinding out the walls. I don't really know if I hit anything. Matter of fact, I know I did, because after the post game, I saw that I did hit him. It just criticaled his tracks or something. So fortunately, he was sitting there. Oh wow, okay, I'm lit. I'm thinking, all right, I'm lit this close, right? Previously, when I was all the way over here, EBR 90 spotted me from there, right? He's not going to be spotting me from that same spot again this far because I would have been lit the previous time. So I'm thinking, okay, squall could be in these bushes. That's pretty common. Or these ones by the house. So we're going to just wait for a second, get unlit. And now we're going to go back up here. We're going to look in, try to put a blind fire straight down this little road. Neither one hit, unfortunately. I don't know. I took a guess, but I didn't get lit. See, now the 430 is lit because that wall gap there, he did get lit. And I'm thinking, screw this shit. These 2 light tanks are just sitting. Why would I just sit around there, probably get sniped and die for pushing them? Let's just drive around and maybe fight the city a little bit, honestly. So let's give that a try. So we're gonna go. I can't stress this enough. Look how far wide I'm going from those bushes to make sure I don't get lit because of this bad camo. Okay, cannot stress that enough. If you can, take the long route so you don't get lit. It is worth it. Trust me. Okay, we're driving in. Conceiver. Maybe I can do 2 shots, but as you can see, I'm also very aware of this fact right here, right? Okay, I'm looking at 430. I'm very aware of this. That little gap in the buildings right there. Let me zoom out. Right here. I'm very aware of that because they were last lit sitting there and their turrets can see me cross to try to shoot this conceiver. Or they could just be waiting there, and I do not want to get nuked by a fucking TD who's just sitting. So I'm thinking, screw it. Let's just cross. And look, yep, they were sitting there. Luckily, he doesn't shoot. Okay, 430's gone. I don't know, but I do see a squall, and I see the opportunity for HE coming up here. So we're going to wait. Maybe he peeks. Screw it. We'll intuition HE. Okay, now we'll just go for it, see if we can kill him. Take the risk. I got full HP. All right, first shot. I didn't notice that I pinned his upper plate there. I actually only noticed that now in the replay, so then I tried to shoot his lower plate again, because that's where I thought I hit. But as you can see, though, the bad HE pin kind of fucks me over there. 430 is YOLOing, as per usual, so I have to try to tuck as fast as I can. But the 45 HE pin kind of screwed me there. If it was 75, I would have killed that guy easy. Alright, I'm saying, okay, that guy's a one-shot, right? The Vercentigox, you know, Darkly Bob there is playing up. I'm thinking, okay, well, screw it. I gotta YOLO kill this guy, get rid of the light. So we're YOLOing up. He's dead. Okay, 430U. I don't know where that went. I have Surf Reticle. It was on him. It just misses, because that's what happens with this gun a lot, unfortunately. I'm thinking, okay, shit. I'm gonna get YOLO'd twice. Run. Run, run, run. Like, fucking focus. Get out. Get out. As you can hear, you heard more walls break, right? Better turn your effects up. Thinking, okay, I gotta get out of here, because the shitter can just YOLO peek, and I'll die for it. So let's get out. Good. We'll run around a little bit here. Okay, not bad. Alright, free shots on the Conway because he's in a little gap there, sitting on the outside. Not bad. Picking up some extra damage. Whatever counts, really. You should be shooting for, I would say, in my opinion, 2,500 to 3,000 every single game in this tank. And if you can't do that, I'm not saying you're bad. I'm just saying you need more experience. Okay, here comes ELC. Please let me hit these shots. Thank you, game. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I must say right now, if I had better HE pen, I would full send this EBR. But I don't. I don't. The only way I could pen him is like flat side, and that ain't happening. So we think, okay, no one's going to have an angle on us. I got to take this risk to get rid of this light tank. 430 or Conway could be looking, but I have to take this risk and push to get more shots in this guy, to get him clippable. Okay, see? Now he is a two-shot. Thinking, okay, I have the jamming ability. I should be unlit. We'll go for another shot. Okay, that one was kind of poorly placed, but this one, luckily, does land true. I am still not lit, meaning I think something in his tank might be dead. Plus, he is stunned at the same time, so that's why I'm going so far in. I know I have to kill this guy, otherwise he might get away. And boom, he's dead. Get shit on. So now, battle's pretty much over. There's only 355 HP left. It's a 430 and a Conway, so I know I have to just YOLO, try to get whatever I can. So we're going in, trying to find the 430's last spotted position here. I catch him just in time. I see that he's turning towards me. Notice how I'm not wasting my shot because I know I have to kill him. Luckily, he turns and dies to me. Okay, so here what I consider another average game. I played a big part in this, right? We got 3,600, 392 assists. This is also after I've through marked it, so it doesn't matter as much. But I played a very big role in this game in clearing out this corner, getting rid of both light tanks, and just generally being a nuisance to the rest of these tanks that want to sit at the base. Now, here comes the best battle that I have had in this tank yet, as far as I'd consider damage and assist. Now, I've had a game where I did more assistance, but this one is very, very good on damage. So here this one comes on Westfield. Okay, and now we are on my best battle of all my 125 games in this tank. This has been my best battle. Funnily enough, it was also my 3-mark battle. I'm not going to spoil the ending or anything like that, but it is quite the interesting ending to the game. At the same time as being really the average in World of Tanks. Okay, to start off. Westfield, I always go to the same spot in Westfield every game. We're going to go straight to this bush because I see Manicore and VCS. I will outspot neither of them, right? So we're going to go to this bush. We're going to be very wary of being shot by someone in middle or a light tank YOLOing middle. See, I'm trying to see if my hull is peeking too far. Okay, lucky. We saw this guy in the open. Good. I'm thinking, all right, well, I should probably just leave now because when anybody takes this side, either side, this side, or you're taking, south, you can immediately work in these bushes, scout these guys, get them killed. Same thing over here. You go there, scout them, get them killed. So I'm thinking, screw this. I'm not even gonna give this guy the chance or anything like that. I'm just gonna leave now. We'll just back it way off, go all the way back here, and we're just gonna sit back for a second and see what goes on. See that tree, by the way? I saw it as well. Tree go down, so that means he's sitting up top. All right. So now I'm sitting here thinking, what do I want to do next? As this 121B YOLO's in, luckily, and he's gonna do a decent job of making it. So it's actually gonna be interesting to see what happens here. And I assume I just went AFK for a second. I'm not sure, probably because I thought it's just gonna be a shitty loss here in the corner. So we'll just move up a little bit here. I do nothing. I'm just sitting around waiting for the most part. Okay, I've woken up. All right, back to battle. I see that this guy's been blown up dead. 121 is done for. All right, but we still do have a Cobra here. Thinking maybe I want to go to that bush. No, see, they're definitely just going to make it this time, so it's not worth the chance. All right? All right. The next thing you can do, Manicore, I see him peeking up. I go for a quick little double tap. Those both hit, by the way, so it's all about being very aware of your surroundings. Also, notice on their team they have that Manicore platoon with 2 shit barns. Well, a 1A3 and a 4K, same fucking difference, really. And I know, okay, that means he must be marking. I have to be careful. Now we're going to start blind firing with this tree in the way because they're going to start working their way up in that bush line, and that's just the way it works. So I'll do my fair share of blind firing here, really, like a shitter would, unfortunately, but it will work out in the end because those shots hitting near them are doing psychological damage in a way as well. They're thinking, shit, they're all blind firing. We can't push up. Thinking, no, maybe I got lit. No, okay, good. Let's just back it off here. Back it off. Good. All right. Now, oh wow, okay. Just gonna YOLO across the open. I must have hit him once, even though I didn't in the post games. All right, HE. I have to HE this guy if he goes in because also notice my hole peeking out the back. I'm thinking I got to inch up so I don't let him get any spotting on me. And that guy, USMC Metal Masher, is kind of known for just being a fucking moron in all his light tanks and everything. So, granted, look how he plays, and that's what happens, which is pretty funny. All right, a char. Please let me get 2 shots, please. Very lucky that I hit that second one. Okay. Back to the same thing. Sitting in this bush, trying to counter Manicore and whoever else comes over here. Okay, he's still alive down there. Really? Is no one going to kill him? Tessak is trying, but he's not actually killing him. Thinking, shit, he needs to die before he YOLOs and gets lit. Alright, back to blind firing real quick. I must say, I am living up to the vet badge. Ooh, okay. Gsor. He still does not know that I'm here. No one knows that I'm here yet. Actually, I've still been unlit. So, I could probably put a quick little 2-tap in this guy when he goes for the YOLO peek here. And that's what I'm going to do. Quick little 2-tap. Now, granted, I am very aware of my surroundings, that the fact that some guy can be poking, shooting through this, and I'm trying to stay forward in order to not be nuked. Not be nuked by a fucking 1A3 or a 4K. As you can see, I'm lucky in a way there. I actually backed up too far. Very luckily, he missed. He shot through this gap here, like through there, and missed. So I actually am quite lucky for that one. All right, he's continuing to YOLO, try to put more shots in. Armor not hit, and a bounce. Okay, there's Manicore, good. I'm being very weary of backing up at all because of those 2 TDs, but then at the same time, this guy is just, he's going to YOLO. You can kind of tell by this point that this guy is going to keep YOLOing, and fuck, man, I got to get out of here. So I see that, and I think, okay, there's the 183. This guy's just going to keep pushing because, I mean, he can. Screw this. I'm fucking leaving. Getting way out of here. So I just take off. Also, big shout out to the Testax for giving me some little scraps of nothing for the assistance damage. And as you can see, all those TDs are just YOLOing across the open. Okay, here's the Manicore, I think. Fuck. I gotta take my chance to kill him. Oh, shit. Oh, I fucking missed one. That was bad play by me, honestly, because see, now the Ag Tiger is over peaking, and even though he aims for a long time, he still does hit a shot. But, the Manicore is dead. So, the guy who is most likely to spot me at 445 when I'm not even shooting is dead. And now this Yag Tiger, just to show you what kind of player he is just going to be a quick little two-tap, you know, zero reaction from him. He's not even moving. He's just perma-staring, shooting at some guy on the ridgeline. Ooh, a 183 as well. Okay. Maybe I get a shot. No, we're just going to run down. Yag Tiger. No, I don't want to risk that. All right, yes, I'll risk this, though. Unfortunately, second shot, as you can see, which happens a lot with this fucking tank, is the dispersion. It really just fucks you over a lot. And in that case right there, it did, because the second shot went way too low and hit his belly. Talking so much, I gotta fucking drink some water. So now we're gonna go up north here and see, okay, they're gonna clear out this heavy. I'll have free side shots on like this shitter. Okay, remember, keeping the tree in the way, keep the tree in the way, because he would spot me from this distance. Okay, see? The second one, the tree was not in the way, and he did in fact light me. Like I said 1,000 times, and I'll say 1,000 more times, you need to have very good situational awareness because of this tank's really bad camo. Alright, again, he's just in the open. Screw it. I might as well go for the shots. He's just really bad. And there's another 2 shots into him. Again. Are you getting the idea now? This guy who hits me on the move, who just yells in the open, is shit at the game. Are we getting the idea now? I think we are. Okay. Ho-Ri just YOLO'd killed this E77. Fair enough. Please let me hit the kill shot. Good. Very good. Okay. Very good. And I didn't even get lit either. Okay, so now I'm thinking, where is this 4K? Or where is this bat chat? Might that be, you know? Where are they at? I'm wondering. So I probably should have paid more attention to this ping from this guy in his E77, pinging where the 4K was last lit. I should have, but I really didn't, because most of the time you can't fucking trust your teammates worth of shit anymore. Everybody plays for themselves. But I'm thinking, okay, I'm trying to dance around here. Where is this 4K? I want to clean this 4K out, because I can pin him easy with HE. Very easy. All right, nice. 183 just threw his tank away. Good. Good. All right. Not bad. Okay, what are we thinking? Do I want to go closer? I guess I will. All right. Let's go over here to this corner, see what we can clear out. Maybe we can spot him from a distance, get a nice, good, juicy side shot. So let's get up here. Try to get into a decent bush somewhere. Looking over there thinking, blind fire, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I'm still not exactly sure what I want to do here. I'm just kind of thinking, how do I want to go about digging this guy out if he is still there? This part of the battle I'm quite indecisive because, like I said, I could be outspotted by that 4K and gone, deleted, just nuked. All right, screw it. We're going in. I've decided. I've had enough. We're going in. We loaded HE, intuition. All right. I'm looking over there, and what do you know? He's still fucking sitting in the same bush. Luckily, there is this hill here, so I am able to hide under it, and he wasn't able to kill me. And luckily, at the same time, he is pretty oblivious to his surroundings, as you can see. He lit me. I was lit. So I do manage to get a nice little juicy HE shot in there. Second one, yeah, as you can see, nowhere close, but granted, it was a small shot. All right, now I'm thinking, all right, let's go sit up here and dig in a little bit, because that bat chat and the G-Star have not been lit. Yeah, see? Exactly what I'm thinking. Shitters on the NA server love YOLOing. And luckily, again, this 4K missed his blind shot. I see this bat chat coming, and I'm thinking, wow, well, I can get 2 shots into him, but fuck, I got no support. Tossed a couple blind fires, maybe we hit him. I actually didn't. Okay, now we'll go back here, hide in this bush here, and as he searches for me, right, in this corner, these are all very good tips. You should use them in pubs. I think you should. As he works his way up these bushes, there are those gaps there, as you can see. There are gaps in these bushes. And if I'm in this one, he's a bat chat. Good camo, but I'll still see him. He'll move his way up, and I'll see him as he's trying to YOLO to my last spotted position. So now we're sitting here waiting, seeing maybe if he'll go up, and what do you know? He does. All right, we put in 2. Ooh, dodged the shell. Luckily, very lucky. He could have shitter snapped it a bit more, but he didn't. All right, now I'm thinking, all right, let's get lit over here. Going back, as you can see, he is going right back to that fucking spot. Right where I just outlit him, he is going right back to it. So screw it. Yeah, I'll go right back to the same bush. Try to put in another 2 into him. He gets lit. I'm thinking, okay, now he's going to run. Good. Bad first shot by me. Granted, that was a bad shot. Okay, he's running. Now he shouldn't come back to the same position for the third time, which it looks like he is not, which is quite good. So I'll go take the same position back. And now, as you can see, I see the 4K immediately at distance. And he's still blind firing like the average NA player, trying to find the light tank that he so desperately hates for some reason. Okay, so now we're over here. Also, already on 4K damage. It has been 9 minutes, and it's kind of turning into a draw scenario here, but we are on 4K damage other than the fact that maybe a couple of those blind shots might have hit. All right. Driving around. I'm checking to see if that batch hat's going to come YOLO me back or not. It's hard to say, really. But you know how it goes nowadays in World of Tanks. It's either a 15-5, 3-5, 3-15, or it's a game like this where it's going to be close, which is like a 1 in 10. I don't know why that is. Just a horrific team imbalance. But anyway, back to the replay. I'm driving around. Hopefully we can see this 4K. Hopefully he goes to the same bush again, but it's really just not working because he is your average player and he's dug in. So now I'm thinking, shit, well, screw it. We'll just go back on this side of the map. I'm tired of driving around over here. Let's see what the G-Sor and the Char Future are up to. Plus I can go help out this 704 who's on a fucking one shot. Let's see what's going on over here. All right. Thinking maybe I'll tuck a bit close, see if I can spot this Char. That's what I'm trying to do here. Okay, nothing. Ooh, okay. Full HP. Now this part sucks right here, okay? He's YOLOing in, so I'm trying to keep the trees in the way, but it's just not working. And I go for a shot there. Luckily it hits him. I know the second one's not gonna attempt it. But I do know this. 704 isn't getting shit on. I'm not getting shit on, so I will just sit in this low ground and stay safe from the Char, wherever he might be sitting. Fucking falling asleep trying to watch this replay because these games just take forever. But yeah, so now, as you can see here, we are driving back. Okay, there's the Char. All right. I'm not going to hit that. All right. I think it's been enough time. I was lit on this side. It's time for me to go back and see what's going on the other side of the map now. Because I was lit over there, so we'll see what they think I'm doing now. Quick little run. Nothing. Taking a check to see maybe G-Sor comes up on that ramp, possibly. He did. Of course, not when I'm looking. Perfect timing. I almost shoot, but luckily I held it. Now I see this 4K. First shot, I don't know where that goes. But second shot criticals his turret, which is good. And now I see, well, shit, okay. This 4K's moved up. There's only 2 minutes left. It's really looking like a draw. Screw it, man. I want to get some more HP. I'm on 5K damage, plus the blind shots with that mana core. I am on 5K damage, so screw it. We're going to go after this 4K. So we'll get over here. We cracked a little bit of an angle. No, he's remaining pretty vigilant and just shit camping in that one spot. So somehow he knows I'm here, by the way. I guess it's just kind of could be the only way I'm coming from. Well, might as well just go all the way down and around and shoot him from the low side because might as well. There is literally a minute left. This will be a draw. And spoiler, it is a draw. So my thought process is, well, might as well get the damage. So let's go behind him here. Stay nice and wide. Surprisingly, I'm not lighting him yet. I'm kind of thinking maybe he YOLO'd up. But he was actually just tucking the rock pretty tough. And there he is. Okay, good. Let's get back here just enough to try to get some more HE into him. We do not want to be lit, though. Back it up good. There we go. Lead the shot. And miss. 10. Good. See, now he knows where I'm at. So now he's forced to sit in the open. I swore right here that I was lit. That's why I did that little maneuver. But I actually was never lit at any point in this. So his crew is actually pretty bad. He sits still, so that's nice and free, easy HEs. And now I notice, see, I'm back to APCR. I have to guarantee that I kill him here because I want to kill this fucking guy. And if one of the HE pens, I won't kill him. So we're just going to make sure we guarantee the APCR. There's 9 seconds left. I know he went down the hill. Where else is he going to go? Ram him just to guarantee. And we kill him, and then we do a little bit of a gun wiggle disrespect. And unfortunately, I would say it is in fact a draw. To be fair, though, it could have been a lot easier if a few of my teammates weren't sucky, like sucky at the game. But I mean, you do win some, you lose some, and a draw is better than a loss, I think. Also, as you can see here, 6k damage. It is in fact 6600 in this picture right here, as you can see, because of the 2 blind shots on the mana core. And this is also my 3-mark game. So it really just comes back to remaining vigilant, even though we all know it's World of Tanks in 2025, so it is either a shit win or a shit loss. You have to remain vigilant throughout the game. Unless, of course, you just really don't care, but I suggest you remain vigilant throughout the game. Even though it's going to get boring, you're going to get used to it, and then that's just the way the game is now, so you have to get used to it. But I guess to round it off, I actually enjoy this tank. I enjoy this tank. Mainly for the reason that this account that I have now does not have an EBR 75. I thoroughly enjoy this tank. Well, okay. To round it off here at the end, it's been a very long video. Mainly just to review the tank because I enjoy the tank. Faults of the Lynx 6x6. VCS, TS90, whatever the fuck they want to call it. This tank did not exist. This tank has an amazing gun. An amazing gun. You have poop accuracy. I strongly suggest on any small map other than large maps that you put a vert stab on it. Looks like I put the wrong equipment back on it at the beginning of the game. But I strongly suggest that you put a vert stab and vents. Vents. That's right. I'm quickie babying it right now. Vents on small maps because you need every bit of accuracy you can get out of this gun. Okay. Faults of the tank. Camo. The camo sucks, okay? And it is not the fact that the tank is huge is why the camo sucks. It's because Wargaming designed this new tank to suck on camo for no reason. If you were to look at tanks other than it that are large that have poop camo, they don't behave the same way, okay? RHM is gigantic, right? Tier 10 light tank. Worse camo, but you get lit more often in this thing for some reason. I don't know why that is. Okay, the Sheridan, worse camo, but you don't get lit as much as the EBR thing does. All right, the camo is a definite fault of this tank. Most definitely. You better put bounty exhaust on both setups. This is just my opinion, but I strongly suggest you do the same. A bounty exhaust on both. Purple if you have it, but probably I wouldn't bother because I don't put purple on much anything. One also the directive. You can only get this directive from frontline and special events, so you better always be fucking picking the bounty, the fucking exhaust as your directive or the turbo. Next thing that sucks about the tank is, like I said in the beginning, stiff suspension. Be very aware of your surroundings. If you're going over something that's kind of bumpy, you might go fucking flying and land on your side. Okay? If you are close and slow, you better be careful by pressing spacebar, driving back and forth, so that way you can maneuver and not get shit on. Okay? Next thing, stay as far away as you fucking can. Okay? From anybody, and everything. Unless you know the guy's got crap camo and crap spotting based on how the battle's played out. Let's say you shot close to him or something like that. Play very fucking very far away, as far as you can, realistically, to make up for this poop camo. Right? The next thing I would say is, unfortunately, the HE does suck ass. Okay? 45 pen is not enough. It is not enough. They obviously did not want to make another EBR 75 and put it up a tier 9. That's why they made this poop pen. That's exactly why they made this poop pen. Next thing. This is just my loadout because I'm loaded. Okay. If you can shoot full gold, you shoot fucking full gold. Look at this. 1200 velocity. That's awesome. I much rather prefer APCR all day than I do heat. Okay? Unless it's, auto ricochet, whatever. Who gives a shit? This is just what I load. 10 HE, 40 APCR. 10 HE because it's still HE and you're still a two-shot autoloader. So you can still nuke like you saw an RHM, an RD, or some light tanks. Not most of them, though, unfortunately. Strengths of the tank. Awesome gun. Really awesome fucking gun. That's your strength, okay? And then your maneuverability, even though you're huge, is also quite good. And your view range, for that matter, too. You have good base view range. To wrap it all up, I would say this. Play the tank as I did in those replays as compared to however you're playing it. See how it goes for you. Take that extra second to aim your second shot if you can to guarantee extra pens. Stay far away from all others. And for the most part, just play like a big pussy in this tank, okay? Unless the other fucking tanks or other light tanks are dead, you better be playing like a puss because you will be lit and you will die. Thanks for sitting through my big long just talking about nothing to a brick wall for 50 minutes, whatever it is. And I hope you, if you did buy the boxes, I know not everybody did because of how stupid this marketing is, but if you got this tank compared to the rest of them, if you got this tank, please play it as I've instructed. And I hope you have fun in the tank because the tank is fun, okay? Not every tank that has to be super overpowered has to be fun, okay? EBR 90. It's fun. You go fast. Going fast is fun. It's why people love the EBR so much. And it's also why old men hate the EBR because they are a little bit slow when it comes to comprehending how the battle's going. I would strongly recommend this tank only if this is how fucked the game is. Only if you got lucky enough to get it in a small amount of boxes, or you're on a Argentina account. Otherwise, in no way, I cannot state this enough. In no fucking way, shape, and form are these boxes worth it unless you're on an Argentina account where you have a 75% or more discount on everything. Because holy shit, these prices are out of fucking control, and I really hope for the better that the game changes. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you play the tank, and I hope you enjoy it the best you can, and have a great day.